Hi, this is Lalit, and in this video, we are going to talk about some object-oriented programming stuff like method overriding and method hiding. For that, we'll be using abstract class, and then we will be using a class which will be deriving this abstract class, and then we will see how things go. When we do method overriding and method hiding in C# program. So here again you can see that this is solution in Visual Studio, and here I have this console application which has got this basic program class, and then outside this program class I have defined abstract class, which is basically abstraction of this calculator class. So in here I have two abstract methods which are add and subtract, and then I have done implementation of multiply method inside the abstract class itself. So we will see why this class has been laid out like this. So you can see this is an abstract class. Then I have two abstract methods that need to be implemented in the derived class, and then I have a concrete method which is being implemented inside the abstract class itself. Now I have this concrete class which is deriving or inheriting the calculator base class. So for um, inheriting the base class members, a base class member need to be abstract or virtual, and inside the derived class uh, we need to declare it with a keyword as override or new, which we will see later on. So you can see here I have this calculator class which is implementing or inheriting this calculator class. So I'm using this override function which is overriding add abstract method of the abstract class. Then again I'm overriding subtract method of abstract class. Now here since this multiply method is already been implemented inside the abstract class, but I'm again overriding it here, which is very much possible in C#. So in this case I will get two uh, forms of multiply class. One is which is there in the base class, and then one is in the derived class. So then I'm creating an instance of the derived class of type B calculator and calculator itself, and then we will see how things go. The idea is here in this video to understand how overriding works in method overriding works in C#, and how data hiding can be achieved or method hiding can be achieved in C#. So here first I'm creating this uh, base class uh, type object, and then I'm creating the derived class type object, and then I'm calling these functions on the class object. So let's try to run this and see how it goes. So just say run, and then the control is come out here. Now this one here is creating instance of the calculator class, but of type base class. So let's just say step over, and then again it is creating instance of calculator class, but of type calculator class only. Let's step over this also. Now here it is actually calling the add function of of the calculator class. So let's try to step into and see where it is going. So it is going inside the calculator class and doing the addition, then same the difference. Now if you notice here, I'm using this cal b variable out here to call this multiply method, and this variable is of type b calculator. So let us see if this statement out here going to call this method from base class or from the derived class. We will see. Let's step into this. You can see it is come into the derived class only, so it's not going to the base class implementation, although I am using this variable which is of type base class. So that means if we create a instance of derived class of type base class, then also the function will be called on the derived class only. Now there is a mechanism to force it how to call a function of the base class. So we'll see that. Now let's just run this program and see the output. So you can see here, this is the output. Sum, subtraction, and then multiplication. So this was how normally things go when we inherit abstract class inside concrete class. Now suppose I want to call the implementation of my derived class. So for this method multiply, uh, I want to invoke this implementation. For that I have to hide the method inside the derived class. For that we have a keyword which is called new. So we will say here public override new int multiply this. So this new keyword is going to tell the compiler that this method implementation out here is not from the implementation of the abstract class. It is new implementation, totally new implementation. So now let us see whether this variable of type base class going to call the method of the base class implementation. We'll run it and see how it works. No. So no. I think there is some issue out here. Yeah, it succeeds. So we cannot use override keyword with the new keyword. So it's good now. Now let's run the project. And so again here it's creating objects. So let's step over. So it's calling the calculator method. Step over. Now this is interesting. So now let us see whether this will call the abstract class implementation or not. We will step into this. Now you can see here the control is come inside the abstract class implementation. So this new keyword did all the magic here. So it is telling the compiler that this implementation here is not overriding this. That means this implementation is exclusively for calculator class, and this implementation is exclusively for B calculator class. So this is how now just to try that whether in this case we can call this multiply method node. For that, we just need to use this variable, which is of calculator type, and we'll call multiply method on this. And now we will step into this, and we will see where the control goes. Running, step over, step over, step over, step over. Now let's step into. You can see this. Since we are using a different the way the object is of type calculator, and that's why it's coming here. Now you should get these results. Should be 4, but if you just replace that with the calv, you will get a different implementation out here, and the result will be different. So it's coming 8 since I'm multiplying 2 out here with the number multiplication. So that is how we can use new keyword to hide a method implementation from the derived class, and to basically exclusively set implementation of the same method but in two different classes. So this way we have this exclusive implementation of multiply method for calculator, and this exclusive implementation of multiply method for base abstract class.